Good morning, everyone. How are you? I've missed you these past couple of weeks. I am feeling better though, thank goodness. Give me just a sec to get the computer caught up so I make sure I stay on screen. And if you're out there, let me know how you're doing. Excuse me. Okay. Like we are good. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is something that I saw at my launch, or close to my heart's launch, for the next catalog. And I liked it so much I thought I would share it, and if you're in my classes this month, you'll probably do a little bit of it too. So what it is a stamping and enhancing or giving texture or depth to your flat stamped image. Okay? Alright, so colors and supplies we'll be using. Candy apple, green apple, the stamp set that is this one, Z4441 Sweet Pickings with thin cuts. So you get the thin cut of those three. Here it is. You can see it. It's really cute. It's got some cute words. You are so sweet. Have the sweetest birthday. Thanks. I love you. You're one in a melon. And thanks very much. Okay. And I also used some black ink. I'm going to be using our pickup tool. I'm going to be using one of our jelly rollers. This is an 08. You could probably use the 05 as well. Let's try that. If I can find my 05 quickly. 08. There's three different sizes. There's a 10, an 8, and a 5 that seems to be elusive to me. That's an 8. Good heavens, where's the 5? I had a couple of them, so there's the 5. Okay, we'll try the 5. In other words, you want something the smallest. And then I'm using 3 of our pencils. Now these are our watercolor pencils, and I have them numbered, but it wouldn't do you much good. There's a black, kind of a red that looks pink, and a green, a light green. I just went off of these 2 colors and got whatever looked best with that. Next thing, the next couple of things I'll wait on. Okay, so I wanted to show you how to do this. I have one of the thin cuts already, and I'm going to put it on black paper. That way I can see it. And hopefully I am loud enough. Don't see anybody out there yet. Say hi if you're out there. Alright, so candy apple first. And we are going to ink up like we normally would. Okay. And then we're going to take the first layer or generation off. And then we're going to stamp it. And I don't care that it has that little imperfection. Oops. Right there. And it's a perfect time to show you what to do with that. So that's what it looks like. And then wash this off. And we're going to take our green and the same thing, ink it up, take your first layer off. Without re-inking, I am going to stamp the second generation, like so. Clean that off, get rid of those, get rid of that. As always, thank you so much, and you can shop right there at my website. I'll leave those so you can see them. Alright, so there's our image, and maybe I'll leave it on here so that way you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pencil, and all I did was just put it up to here and said, okay, that's good enough. Close enough. So, if you don't like this outline, you can do this a couple different ways. On the video they did it with like where the light is coming in from. So if the light's coming this way, you're going to have darker shadows here. But I'll teach you that another time. for now, I'm just adding to this. Now these are watercolor pencils, so if I added water, they would blend in. So I am going to, since I have this dark here, you want to, when you're outlining, you want the crispest or pointiest part of it. When you're coloring in, you want to make sure that you soften that up so it's softer. It just gives you a little more control, and we're just going to go around, and that's going to be my red spot, so to say. I'm just going to add, I had that nice sharp line, and now I'm just going to blend it. That makes sense? And I'm just kind of going in between. And you know how strawberries have all different colors on them when they're not quite ripe. So that's what we're going for. That is our dark area. And it's ripening up around the outside a little bit more. Okay? So, this is what I started with. They're similar. And this is how I added to it a little bit. And see how I took that imperfection and just blended it away? I've also got a little line there. So let's go back and tidy that up just a little bit. Don't know how I did that. But if you just go over that bit a little bit, that blends it out fairly good. And it's okay. I don't care. It's okay. So next I'm going to take the green. Now this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. I am going to take my point and go along the outer edge. And really you can just do the 2 top sides if you want. Just depends on the look that you want to achieve. So since this is pretty light, I'm just going to give it a little edge. It just gives it some more color and some more depth. Now, I'm going to follow the curve of the leaf. So the leaf goes like this. I'm going to mimic that and bring a line into the center and mimic. See how this one is much more curved, so I'll curve that a little more, curve this a little more, and curve that. Okay, show you that before I finish, and hopefully you can see that. Okay. And now I'm going to go back and kind of just in the middle, I'm just going to draw some lines with the softer part. And again, before and after. And it just adds quite a bit to it. And then our last final step is adding the little seeds. Now, I don't know, you guys tell me, is it white? Are they white or are they black? Today we're making them white. They may be black. So you got to get this going. So I usually just put it on my finger till I get it going. Because it's like almost like a paint, but not quite. And you know what? I'm not liking that one. It's just not working very well. So I'm going to go back to my 8. And I just kind of dot it and drag it a little bit as I lift up. So I dot it at the part that's the biggest. Kind of want to mimic the seeds. And you can probably see it better on my fingers. So I'm giving it a dot, and then I'm just giving it a little bit of that. Okay? Make sure I got them all. And don't go back over it. If you go back over it, it's going to, not on my hand obviously, but it's going to pull it away if it's not dry. So let it dry. Clean up my finger. I don't want to get that on anywhere else. Okay. Then it just comes right off. It's just a wet right. Okay. So that's that. And now I want to do the watermelon. So the watermelon, I am going to take, I'm going to turn it over so that way I can see stuff. You always want to do coloring or line work with your pencils or your markers. You want to be able to see where you're going. Coloring, anything like that. So you turn it upside down, it's no biggie. I'm just going around the outer edge of that, and then I'm going to soften it up. And don't cover all of it, that way you have some light and dark. Okay, you can maybe see the difference there. And then what I'm going to do with this one is I've got a really sharp black. Okay, and I'm going to just ever so slightly give that a tiny bit of black. Just to define it, because my ink color and my pencil color were pretty close. So I just want to give a hint of a little darker on that part. Sorry, I should have had mine done. Let me know if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Okay, so hopefully you can see that difference. And same thing with the red. We are just going to give it a little bit more of a defined line, because you know most of the time it's, I don't know where it's darker, wherever you want to make it darker. It's your project. I hope you'll try it. Let me know if you do. So I gave it that line, but then I don't want to have like a circle kind of look to it that I just, you know, filled in some of it. So I'm going to kind of go around some of these top ones and kind of stagger it up and down, okay, on my coloring. And then I'm going to go back and do the bottom row, just so it doesn't look quite so lined. Give it a little more of a jagged, natural look, if you will, to our watermelons. And I do have a couple cards made to show you. I just really wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. And like I said, I haven't tried wetting them with water or with like a shimmer brush, because you can, you know, color with a shimmer brush because it's got alcohol in it. Okay, so now we are going to take our black again and make black seeds. So again, I'm going to give it a little bit of a ball, and then just a little bit of a kind of a triangle, if you will. So I'm going to make a little ball at the base of the seed and then just make a point up. So again, I'm doing a circle, and then I'm just kind of making a little triangle to make it seed-like, if you will. Sorry, my voice is still just a little bit not back. Unfortunately, I got the flu, and then I'm pretty sure I got COVID because I lost my smell and my taste, and that was extremely weird, to just feel your food. Don't recommend it at all. But I am much, much better. 99%. Just that little bit of voice that needs to come back. So I sound kind of gruff. Okay, we're almost done with our seeds. And it doesn't take too long. And you can make them as dark as you want. And if you wanted, you could grab a pen. Let's see what that looks like. I'll give you a this and a that. It's a So this you have to be a little more cautious because it's a little bit stronger. Maybe I like that a little better. So I'm just doing that ball. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The colored pencil is kind of a little bit more forgiving. Start with the colored pencil. So that's what you get. And I wanted to show you a few more things, and I'll take close-ups of the befores and after, if you will. Excuse me. So I wanted to let you know that there's a couple of papers I used, which I used the black ore paper, which is this kind of, it's thicker than cardstock, and it kind of, to me, it almost looks like it has glitter embedded in it. And it's both sides, which is really cool. And it's got a black core. And that's the black ore paper, Z3879. There's also white ore paper, and it looks really pretty when you emboss it. Look at how pretty that is on that. It's just like pearlescent paper. It's really pretty. And it is retiring, and it is Z3831 pearl paper. And then there's also a copper color that was really pretty for leaves. And the reason why I'm showing you those, hold on a sec. Let me find my paper. There it is. Okay. Here is the retired list, and I'm currently going through and marking into my catalog, but look at how long this list is. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Long list, okay? And there's all kinds of things on here. There's paper on here, there's stamps, there is some of our books, the penmanship with Melissa Esplin, scrapbook starter kit, card starter kit, stamps. There is some of this I'll show you. This one's retiring. Thin cuts. Oh, come off there. Oh, they stick together. Z3993. This is the dot slimline, so this fits the slimline cards. And this is what I often will do to make my little dots. Hopefully you can see those. Because you can do a whole bunch at one time instead of a hole punch, which I also do as well. You can do a 1/8 inch hole punch, which is about this size. This might be a smidge bigger. And then I also use sometimes 1/4 of an inch. So this one is retiring as well. And what else? There's all kinds of thin cuts on here. There is there's glitter paper, foil paper on here. You really need to check these out. There's our gold and silver embossing thread. There's some shimmer trim that's going. There's sequins. There's beads. There's some of our loose gems that are going. The black, the white, and the wooden buttons of different kinds are going. I told you that. There's also some of our sprays, our gloss sprays. I've used those before. And our oxide inks, some of our stencil packs, some of our albums. Wildberry, of course, because it's the stamp of the year. So it's only around for a year. Some of our stickles are going. Oh my, not the stickles. Just a little bit of everything. So if you guys can't find that on my website, let me know and I will try and email you one. Okay, so the retired list is going. And then there's Stamptacular. What is Stamptacular? It's stamps on sale. This first page is from like America, Japan, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. Okay, and here's all the different sizes, regular price, and what the discount price is. And something I wanted to show you was they kind of group them nicely. And I think online it'll just show you what the sale price is. So right here, This is the level 1 savings. They're $5 instead of $7.95. Level 2, they are, let's see, anywhere from $11.95 to $20.95 for $10. And these are, again, this blue hue means that there's thin cuts with them. And there is a ton. The next level is level 3, which is $15 savings, and the most expensive on this part is $22.95. Oh, here's some more on that level. Oh, here's a $28.95. So some really good prices. Level 4 is a sale of $20, and some of these are like $30.90. $33.95 seems to be the highest. And what I noticed, and then there's also a level 5 for $25, and some of those are up to $37. And what I wanted to show you is that some of our current stamps in the current catalog are also on sale within this Stamptacular. And if you like those leaves that all have thin cuts that are $40, they're on sale for $35. So if you have any questions about anything, just give me a holler, shout out, and I will help you with it. And if you have an order that's under 100, let me know and I'll try and pull some orders together so that way it'll save you a little in shipping. And now onto those cards. But a couple more things I wanted to show you that I used. These two thin cuts are in the current catalog. Okay, this one here I used the big frame and this middle frame, and this is postage frames Z4437. This is where I put my extras, and this is the doily one. CC5226, and it's the fancy doilies. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but this one will fit inside that one and give you an even bigger one. Now you might be thinking, well, shoot, that's not going to be good for cards if you're a card maker, but you can use it on a corner or you can use it in half. Depending on where you go, it will straight cut, not quite in half, but it'll give you, you know, the nice shape. Like, I think it's right about there. So all kinds of things you can do with these. And now, oh, one more. This is a current one. This is the circles one, and I don't know if this number's right because we've had 2 circle ones, so hopefully it is. If not, let me know and I'll help you out. Z3318, basic circles. And I used this one, which is 1, 2, the third from smallest or second from the biggest. That one, which is about a 2 by 2. Okay, so the reason why I showed you that is because this is the first card I did, and I used that black copper paper, and I put that circle right behind there. Okay, you're 1 in a million. There's my million. This is the zip strip from this piece of paper, and I just left it on there and cut it out. So another good idea that you can do. And the second one, using those postal frames. Oh, yeah, and I want to tell you one more thing. So I used that one. It also gives you the inner shape too, or the negative space, I guess. So you can use that. And this is using, when I cut out all the little dots, you get this piece when you do this one. So you get a big, nice piece. And I just put a piece in behind there. Kind of reminded me of like a berry basket or something. And then all these dots I put on. I always put them in a jar because it's easier. And I just use my pickup tool. And on this one, there was a lot of white space, so I just took some and just kind of sprinkled them wherever they went. But then you could pick them up, put your glue dot, and put them down. There's also 3 down here. Card 1, card 2, which is your favorite? Will you try this idea? And let me know what you make. You know, sometimes there's a prize when you do that. And if you'd like any of these items and you need some help, let me know and I'm happy to help you. Card 1, card 2, let me know what you think. And have a great day, everyone. Bye now.